So let me say tonight on behalf of the American people, we are honored and proud to call you an ally and a friend. Our treaty alliance, the United States, has an ironclad commitment to defend you, your security, and your independence. To our gracious hosts, President Aquino, to the alliance that keeps us strong and free, and to the friendship between our peoples. May it always endure across the ocean and in our hearts. Mabuhay.
In the annals of geopolitics, few partnerships have been as shaped by the currents of history and necessity as the alliance between the United States and the Philippines. Born out of the colonial dominance of the early 20th century and tempered by wars and revolutions, this relationship has transformed into a strategic linchpin of regional security in the Indo-Pacific. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, 2014, updated in July 2024, represents a new chapter in this storied partnership. Against the backdrop of intensifying great power competition, particularly between the United States and China, the agreement underscores a shared commitment to mutual defense, stability, and deterrence.
The Mutual Defense Treaty applies to armed attacks on our armed forces, Coast Guard vessels, public vessels, or aircraft in the Pacific, including anywhere in the South China Sea. So make no mistake, Mr. President, we will always have your back in the South China Sea or elsewhere in the region.
At its core, EDCA grants U.S. forces rotational access to key Philippine military bases, a move designed not merely to honor past alliances, but to address contemporary challenges. Realist theorists such as John Mearsheimer contend that the anarchic nature of the global order compels states to prioritize survival through power. This axiom is playing out in the Indo-Pacific, where the U.S. seeks to counterbalance China's ascendance by deepening its relationships with allies. For the Philippines, located at the epicenter of Asia's maritime flashpoints, this alliance provides both opportunities and challenges. As the South China Sea grows increasingly contested and regional fault lines harden, the U.S.-Philippines partnership becomes not just a bilateral agreement, but a strategic fulcrum shaping the future of the Indo-Pacific. In this video, we'll explore the multifaceted implications of this renewed alliance, exploring its military, economic, political, and societal dimensions. The strategic value of the Philippines is self-evident. Situated along vital sea lanes and at the heart of the first island chain, it offers unparalleled access to the South China Sea, where an estimated $3.4 trillion in trade transits annually. For the United States, the Philippines is not merely an ally, but a platform for enforcing the rules-based order and deterring Chinese aggression. The U.S. policy in the Indo-Pacific revolves around maintaining the status quo. By bolstering littoral states such as Taiwan, Vietnam, and the Philippines, Washington seeks to curtail Beijing's expansive ambitions. This strategy has manifested in the U.S. Navy's freedom of navigation operations and increased military engagements under EDCA. Notably, the Philippines plays a central role, with facilities like Basa Air Base and Fort Magsaysay acting as critical nodes for surveillance, rapid deployment, and logistical support. Manila has become a linchpin for the U.S. Indo-Pacific strategy, particularly as relations between Beijing and Manila remain tense over disputed maritime territories. The Philippines' strategic importance is further underscored by joint military exercises such as Balikatan, which in 2024 expanded to include scenarios involving amphibious assaults and integrated air operations. These drills not only bolster bilateral defense readiness, but also send a clear signal to regional actors about the durability of the U.S.-Philippines alliance.
To make Balikatan even more challenging each and every year. And this year, we have absolutely increased the scope, the scale, and the complexity of the exercise across all domains.
In this equation, Taiwan looms large. The Philippines' proximity to the Taiwan Strait, an area of growing geopolitical tension, positions it as a potential staging ground for contingencies involving the self-governed island. While Manila carefully balances its relations with both Beijing and Washington, its alignment with the U.S. signifies its readiness to uphold regional stability in the face of external pressures. Beyond military considerations, the U.S.-Philippines alliance yields substantial economic and political dividends. The economic ties between the two nations are robust, with bilateral trade reaching $22.6 billion in goods in 2023. This relationship is further bolstered by U.S. investments in infrastructure, education, and governance through programs like USAID, which channels approximately $120 million annually into Philippine development initiatives. Moreover, the U.S. presence generates employment opportunities and stimulates local economies near military facilities. For instance, investments under EDCA have led to significant upgrades in infrastructure, from runways to supply depots, directly benefiting nearby communities. Politically, the Philippines occupies a unique position in ASEAN, balancing its role as a claimant in the South China Sea dispute with its leadership in regional diplomacy. U.S. support for Manila's legal victory over Beijing in the 2016 Hague arbitration underscores Washington's commitment to upholding international law. Furthermore, the Philippines' active engagement in multilateral platforms such as the ASEAN Regional Forum and the Quad demonstrates its strategic value as a partner for the United States. Public opinion also plays a crucial role in shaping this alliance. While polls indicate a majority of Filipinos support the U.S. presence as a counterbalance to China, there is also skepticism over issues of sovereignty and environmental impact. Managing these perceptions will be critical as the partnership deepens. The U.S.-Philippines alliance represents a cornerstone of regional security, particularly as China ramps up its military and paramilitary activities in the South China Sea. The 2024 Indo-Pacific Security Supplemental Appropriations Act, which allocated $500 million for foreign military financing, highlights the seriousness of this commitment. These funds are enabling the procurement of advanced systems, such as precision-guided munitions and coastal radar networks, which are pivotal in bolstering the Philippines' defense posture. The establishment of the Roles, Missions, and Capabilities RMC Working Group in 2023 marked a significant step forward in aligning the operational strategies of the two militaries. This enhanced coordination ensures that both nations can respond seamlessly to a spectrum of threats, from maritime incursions to humanitarian crises, reinforcing their capacity to act as a united front against regional instability. The expanded Balikatan exercises of 2024 conducted near contested waters in the South China Sea included advanced warfighting scenarios such as amphibious assaults and integrated air-sea operations. These drills are not merely about preparing for potential conflicts, they are strategic signals. They convey to adversaries, particularly China, that any attempt to disrupt the status quo will come at a steep cost, turning potential conflicts into prolonged, resource-intensive endeavors. This strategy aims to impose significant uncertainty and dissuasion, ensuring that aggressors view escalation as a costly, bogged-down affair. Beyond deterrence, this approach supports an uneasy peace, preserving the rules-based order established after the Second World War. The proximity of the Philippines to strategic choke points like the Luzon Strait and the Taiwan Strait makes it a frontline state in U.S. Indo-Pacific strategy. Its location provides the U.S. with unparalleled operational flexibility, allowing for quick responses to crises and enabling sustained efforts to uphold maritime freedom and sovereignty in one of the world's most contested regions. Washington's military presence in the Philippines is not merely about boots on the ground. It is a transformative force in terms of technological and logistical advancements. A key example is the deployment of mid-range missile systems in April 2024, significantly augmenting both defensive and offensive capacities in the region. These systems enhance precision targeting capabilities and provide a critical deterrent against threats, particularly within contested zones like the South China Sea and the Taiwan Strait. Infrastructure improvements under EDCA have been equally pivotal. The $128 million earmarked for base enhancements in 2025 encompasses the development of radar installations capable of tracking aerial and maritime movements, over vast distances, the expansion of airfields to accommodate advanced aircraft like the F-35, and the modernization of command centers with state-of-the-art communication technologies. These upgrades not only improve high-tempo operational readiness, but also integrate seamlessly with U.S. Indo-Pacific Command's broader network, ensuring real-time intelligence sharing and streamlined joint operations. Logistical enhancements are redefining how both nations prepare for and sustain operations. The prepositioning of essential supplies, including fuel, munitions, and spare parts, reduces dependency on vulnerable supply chains. For instance, the storage facilities at Basa Air Base now include hardened depots capable of withstanding attacks, ensuring that critical resources remain accessible during high-intensity operations. Additionally, supply nodes are strategically placed to support extended deployments, reducing the response time for crisis scenarios. The integration of advanced unmanned systems, including reconnaissance drones, further highlights the technological gains. These platforms, tested during the May 2024 Bulakatan exercises, provide real-time situational awareness and augment surveillance capabilities in contested waters, allowing for preemptive actions against incursions. The U.S. military presence in the Philippines extends beyond strategic imperatives, playing a crucial role in bolstering the country's disaster resilience and showcasing the alliance's humanitarian dimension. In a region frequently struck by typhoons, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions, the prepositioning of humanitarian supplies at EDCA sites, agreed upon in 2024, represents a paradigm shift in disaster preparedness. These supplies include modular shelters, medical kits, and emergency food rations, ensuring that critical resources are available within hours of a calamity. Joint disaster response exercises, integrated into Balakatan drills, simulate real-world scenarios such as large-scale evacuations and rapid deployment of aid. For example, in a 2024 simulation following a hypothetical Category 5 typhoon, U.S. and Philippine forces coordinated the airlifting of supplies and personnel to remote, cut-off areas, demonstrating the practical value of these prepositioned resources. Health engagement initiatives also form a cornerstone of this partnership. In April 2024, U.S. Navy and Philippine Army medical teams conducted missions in remote provinces like Dingalan, offering vital services such as vaccinations, surgical procedures, and maternal health education. These programs address immediate health needs and enhance long-term community resilience, fostering goodwill among local populations. Moreover, U.S.-Philippines cooperation extends to building disaster-resilient infrastructure. Projects funded under EDCA include the construction of flood-resistant emergency shelters and upgrades to local airstrips, enabling the rapid movement of aid and personnel during crises. These efforts have transformed the Philippines into a regional hub for disaster response, benefiting not only its citizens but also neighboring countries in Southeast Asia. The humanitarian dimension reinforces the U.S.-Philippines alliance's social fabric, showcasing the tangible benefits of bilateral cooperation. By addressing immediate needs and building long-term resilience, these initiatives underscore the alliance's multifaceted importance, strengthening ties between the two nations at both institutional and grassroots levels. The U.S. presence is not without controversy. Domestic opposition, particularly from nationalist groups, highlights concerns over sovereignty and the social impact of hosting foreign forces. Environmental advocates have also raised alarms about the ecological consequences of expanded military activities. Regionally, the Philippines must contend with China's vocal opposition to the EDCA. Beijing views the agreement as a direct challenge to its regional ambitions. And its state media has frequently criticized Manila for aligning with Washington. The Philippines Balancing Act, engaging the U.S. while managing relations with China, remains a delicate and evolving process. As the Indo-Pacific becomes the focal point of global power dynamics, the U.S.-Philippines alliance is poised to serve as a critical axis of stability and strategic foresight. With escalating geopolitical tensions, particularly surrounding the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait, this partnership will be instrumental in preserving the rules-based order and countering emerging threats. Planned investments in military infrastructure and advanced technology signal the alliance's enduring commitment to fortifying regional security. The $128 million earmarked for EDCA facilities in 2025 will expand the capabilities of bases like Basa Air Base and Mactan Benito Ebuen Air Base, ensuring they remain operationally robust for future contingencies.
The Mutual Defense Treaty applies to armed attacks on either of our armed forces, aircraft, or public vessels, including our Coast Guards, anywhere in the South China Sea.
These improvements are geared not just toward conventional defense, but also to address hybrid threats, such as cyber warfare and gray zone tactics, which increasingly define modern conflict. Adaptability will be key to the alliance's success in navigating the complexities of the 21st century. Both nations are already taking steps to expand their cooperative framework to address non-traditional security threats. For instance, joint training programs are being tailored to include responses to cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure, as well as countermeasures against illegal maritime activities like poaching and smuggling. This evolution reflects a forward-looking strategy that anticipates the changing nature of conflict and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. Economic and societal resilience will also play a vital role in shaping the alliance's trajectory. U.S. investments in Philippine infrastructure, governance, and education underscore a commitment to fostering growth and stability beyond the battlefield. By promoting economic development, aligning political strategies, and reinforcing societal resilience, the U.S.-Philippines partnership is uniquely positioned to lead efforts to maintain stability in the Indo-Pacific. As the geopolitical landscape continues to shift, this alliance will remain a cornerstone for peace, security, and prosperity in one of the world's most contested regions. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is a testament to the enduring power of shared interest and strategic necessity. As the Indo-Pacific enters an era of heightened competition, this partnership serves as a bulwark against instability and a cornerstone for regional peace. From military readiness to humanitarian aid, its multifaceted nature reflects the evolving demands of geopolitics, ensuring that both nations remain steadfast allies in an uncertain world.